Hello and welcome to Smartphone Videography course. My name is Johnson Olakutan, Unlimited JD.
So in this episode, I will show you 3 critical settings you need to make on your smartphone to get a professional looking video.
Number 1 is aspect ratio. When you open your smartphone camera, you see something like this. So you have 1:1, 3:4, 9:16 and full. So you can decide on which setting you want to choose. Depending on the brand of your smartphone, the aspect ratio can be set differently. When selecting an aspect ratio, you must consider the destination of your video. If YouTube is the final destination of your final edit, utilize 16:9 and capture your video in landscape mode. And if you are shooting for Facebook story, Instagram Reels, TikTok or YouTube Shorts, utilize the vertical mode 9:16. Number 2 is frame rate. There are 2 types of frame rate: constant frame rate and variable frame rate. Constant frame rate refers to the fact that your camera will capture video at a constant frame per second throughout the recording process.
Constant frame rate example include 24 frames per second, 30 frames per second, 60 frames per second, and so on. So if you set your camera at 30 frames per second, it means that your camera will capture 30 frames or 30 photos every 1 second. Variable frame rate, on the other hand, refers to the fact that your camera will capture a changing frame per second throughout the recording process. If you set your camera at variable frame rate, it means that during the recording process, your frame can switch from 25 frames to 30 frames to a different frame throughout the recording process. And the problem with variable frame rate is that your audio can go out of sync, especially when you play it back or you import it into an editing software.
Number 3 is guides. Grid lines are used as guide in this scenario. Grid lines will assist you in composing and framing your shots well in achieving a professional looking video. If you are filming a video, for example, you may arrange your subject at the intersection between the vertical and horizontal lines. This is what is called rule of third in composition. And unless you want to be creative with your shots, you can place your subject at the center of the screen. That is when you are shooting for news or YouTube video, just the way I'm shooting right now.
Although rules can be broken, these are just guidelines. So now I've shown you the 3 functions you should set correctly before hitting on the record button. So in the next episode, I will show you 3 light control functions you need to set correctly to shoot a professional video. Till the next episode, bye.